Hello, everybody. Just make some noise as you're tuning in. Just gonna wait for some people to join. Hello. Hello, everyone. Okay, so we got a little crowd going. So let's get right into it. So for everyone new here or new to me, my name is Narley Carey. I'm a life and mindset coach to female entrepreneurs. I am doing an Instagram takeover for HeyBlackGirl Canada to share some mindset tips and share my light with you guys in honor of Black History Month. So I'm so excited to be here. This is a two-way conversation. I do not want to be talking to my camera. I want to be talking to you. So as I give you these insights and tips, please give me your, feedback. Tell me what questions you personally have. And I am just here to serve you guys today. I'm a professional mindset coach. I've been doing this for 3 years. I'm also a hypnotherapist, and personal development is my life. So let's get right into it. Fun fact, I'm actually in Alberta right now where it's like minus 30, visiting my family. So I'm 2 hours behind you guys in Toronto if you guys are in Toronto. All right, so today's first live. We're doing 3 today. Today's first live is on Mindset 101, goals, habits, personal success, and how to really get it done, okay? So what is mindset, okay? Your mindset is essentially your perspective on life, how you view yourself, how you view others, and how you see yourself in relationship to what you want, right? There's a thing called a growth mindset, and there's a fixed mindset. A growth mindset says, where I'm at right now is not set in stone. I can beef up my capabilities. I can believe in myself and take action. I'll be in a new place in a few weeks or months, right? Growth mindset. A fixed mindset is someone who is scared to take chances. They're someone who's stuck where they are. They don't see the possibilities. They're kind of, focusing on, they're experiencing self-doubt, right? So you really want to have a growth mindset when it comes to your life. I want to encourage you by letting you know that wherever you are right now, beginner, advanced, wherever you are, don't judge yourself. Know that nothing is set in stone. Thank God nothing is set in stone, right? So adopt a growth mindset off the bat and know that with effort, consistency, and a little bit of faith that you can get wherever you want to go, okay? So let's talk about goals and personal success, okay? So I want to make something really clear. A lot of people have the goal to be happy, okay? Being happy is not a goal, okay? Being happy is a state of mind. If you want to just be happy, then just be happy, right? A goal is something that actually pushes you to take action, has a date on it, and is actually achievable, right? A goal is a desired outcome for your life. Right? So losing weight, starting a business, bettering your self-talk, public speaking. These are real goals that we might have. Drop down below, what are some of the goals you have for yourself in 2021? And if you have any questions about goals and personal success, drop it down, okay? This is free coaching right now, guys, so take advantage of me, okay? So when it comes to your goals, I want you to start to see yourself as the achiever of your goals. A lot of people have desires, right? We want to do this, we want to do that, but they don't actually see themselves as the person that's capable of achieving that goal. This is why clarity is so important. It's so important to know where you're going. You wouldn't just hop in a plane, right? You wouldn't just hop in a plane without knowing where it's going. Sorry, my phone's doing something weird. Just got that. Okay. How do you cultivate more consistency in my life? Perfect question. I'll get to that right away. My phone just went all dark for some reason. Okay. So you wouldn't just hop in a plane and go anywhere, right? Because what if you pack for Alaska, but you're actually going to Bali, right? So the whole thing is your mind needs clarity on where you're going so you know what natural actions to take. Sometimes a lot of us are waking up with no real direction or clarity. So what you can do to get really clear on your goals is to give yourself 3 or 2 really big goals, write them down, really plain and simple what the goals are, and then write all of the steps, just brain dump all of the possible steps that will take to get there, right? For example, you want to start a YouTube channel, right? Goal, YouTube channel. And then you want to write all of the things that you could possibly think of that will help you achieve those goals, right? I call this a brain dump. You want to just dump all of your ideas out, right? It's pretty good to have typically 3 to 5 really big goals a year, and then, have those little mini goals underneath them. So once you do this brain dump, you're going to go to that paper and circle what are the mission critical things that you have to do, right? The mission critical things, the things that are really gonna push the needle forward, yeah? So this is how you get clarity on what needs to happen, because yeah, you might have the goal of starting the YouTube channel or being more consistent, but what does that actually mean for you? What does that look like, right? You want to paint a picture of your day-to-day actions that are required for you to be consistent or for you to have a successful YouTube channel, yeah? So when it comes to consistency, building consistent spiritual routine, how do I cultivate more? Okay, consistency. Okay, so I want you guys to rate your level of consistency from 1 to 10, okay? Let's say it's a 7. Okay, you're consistent 7 out of 10. Now I want you to ask yourself, what does a 9 look like? How would my life look like if I was a 9 out of 10 in my consistency? What would be different? Would I set alarms? Would I have an accountability partner? Would I have sticky notes or reminders or have a calendar or a journal? Right? You want to take where you are. Don't judge yourself when you're trying to change your life. Number 1, do not judge yourself or hate yourself while you're trying to change your life. It's like doing this. Don't do that to yourself. Accept where you are and then say, okay, right now I'm at a 5. What does a 9 or an 8 look like? What would be different? I want you guys to get into the mindset of almost coaching yourself. Take yourself out of your body and be like, okay, what's her name? Jamie. What would I tell Jamie to be more consistent like, right? You want to kind of take yourself out of the equation and look at yourself objectively. Building consistency is a habit, and procrastination is a habit, right? Procrastination is really about avoiding something. So you want to get clear on, what are you avoiding? Are you avoiding fear of failure, fear of criticism? And really look at yourself and create a really compelling life vision. When you have a compelling life vision, the opinions of others don't matter, because you are so enticed and so pulled to that greater vision of yourself, okay? I want you guys to also have the mindset shift that you want to also change your self-image when it comes to consistency. What are you saying about yourself when it comes to consistency? I always fall off. I'm not that consistent. I'm always sabotaging myself. I had one girl tell me she was a sabotage queen. I'm like, why would you say that about yourself, right? You want to affirm your consistent behavior. I am the achiever of my goals. I can do anything I set my mind to. This is where your self-talk comes in. Live number 2 is going to be about self-talk. So definitely tune in for live number 2 at 3:30 if you have issues with self-talk and confidence, okay? So I want to encourage you to find expanders in your life, okay? This is a really cool concept. An expander is someone that you look at and you're like, I like the way they do life, okay? So for example, Oprah Winfrey could be an expander of mine, right? She's in the personal development world. She's a really established, step out. She's a really established person. So you want to find expanders, AKA role models, that you like how they do life, and you want to model their success. You want to think, what do they do that I could maybe incorporate in my lifestyle to really level up my goals and my mindset, right? So even when it comes to social media, or especially when it comes to social media, you might see an influencer or an entrepreneur and you're like, I really like that person. I aspire to how they talk, how they do life. How can I expand myself to emulate them? Don't compare yourself, but emulate them. Success leaves clues, right? When it comes to personal success, I want you to get really clear on, what does a good life look like to you? Thank you so much for the love, guys. Ask your questions, please. That expander, I like that. Yeah, okay. So what does a good life look like to you? If you are on your deathbed and you're looking back and you want to just like have a quick little, movie of your life, like what does a good life look like to you? That is your definition of personal success. We are raised in a culture where we think personal success has to look a certain way. This is our conditioning, right? But when you step out of that paradigm and define what personal success looks like to you, life becomes so much easier. You don't compare yourself, right? For me, I run an online business because a part of my personal success is being a nomad. I can do my business anywhere. That's a part of what a good life looks like to me, being able to move around freely, right? So what you can do is take a piece of paper and just jot down, what does a really good life look like to you? And really go there, okay? Dreaming is free. I want to encourage you guys to dream freely and big, because what you dream for and expect tends to be realized. So really go there with your imagination. But what happens when you do compare yourself? I have a hard time. Yeah, okay. Is it bad to find? Sorry, give me 1 second. When you compare yourself, I have a hard time, and that ends up being resentful. Okay, we'll talk about comparison. Is it bad to define personal success to my career? No, your personal success, it touches on all areas of your life. We have, I think it's almost like 12 areas of our life. We have success, finances, relationships, friendships, health, personal development, career, all of that. So go bit by bit and section by section, define like what is a 10 out of 10 in that area of my life. Okay, so the girl that was talking about comparison, let's go there, because when it comes to our goals and our habits, we can tend to compare ourselves to other people. Okay, so when you put someone else on a pedestal, you shrink yourself. Okay, that's what's happening. When you compare yourself to me or any other person on this planet, you are literally abandoning yourself, and that doesn't feel good. Don't abandon yourself because of what they're doing. I might be in my chapter 10 or my chapter 20. You don't know what chapter I'm in. So what's the point of comparing yourself to that person? Yeah? So when you put someone on a pedestal, you put yourself in a pit. Don't do that. It's self-abandonment, and you end up feeling resentful, right? When you compare yourself, when you find yourself in that state of she's better than me, she's better, whatever, I want you to realize that we are all mirrors to each other. We are always reflecting each other back to each other. What you see in me is what you see in yourself. But I've sharpened my tool a little bit more than you have, or she's sharpened her social media tool or her public speaking tools a little more than you have. But it is within you. Yeah? Absolutely. I'm all about the real. So keep asking your questions, guys. I'm here for you. How do you stay motivated? I hope that helps. So essentially with comparison, remember who you are. I didn't really want to get too spiritual because I don't want to like trigger anyone, but you are the embodiment of God. You are a spark of God. You are perfect and complete as you are. So please don't judge yourself, right? You are a perfect expression of source. I'm not going to go too deep on that one, but please know who you are. Know who you are on the inside. Yeah? Okay. So how do you stay motivated? Okay. This is how I stay motivated, just straight up. If I'm struggling in a certain area of my life, I think about 3 months from now, if I'm still struggling in that area, how am I going to feel? Right? There you get instant motivation. Another way to get motivation is let death be your greatest advisor. If you're on your deathbed and you didn't do what you said you're going to do, you're going to regret that. So get moving. You guys, sometimes people think that you have to wait for something to go for it. But the truth is, people are waiting on you. God, universe is waiting on you. You must take the first step, right? So you want to first, create consequences for not being motivated. What are you losing and what is it costing you to stay complacent, right? Motivation, intrinsic motivation. No one's tapping me on the shoulder saying, hey, Narley, go do these Instagram lives and put your message out. This comes naturally for me because I am passionate about this sort of stuff. So then find what you're passionate about, that intrinsic fire within you that makes you take action. Yeah? So motivation really comes from, first of all, get clear on what your passions are and follow that, because no one's going to have to tap you on the shoulder and say, go do it, right? So figure out what you're passionate about and then create consequences, really clear consequences at what's at stake when you don't move, right? When you don't move, action is what creates. Put that on a sticky note. Action creates. I didn't get here by just dreaming about being a mindset coach. I took action, right? And I am a mindset coach for this reason, because I know the internal struggle when it comes to taking action. All the fears start to bubble up, all the self-doubt starts to bubble up, and that's what I deal with my clients one-on-one. So if you're interested in that, I'm at Narley K on Instagram. We can talk more about, how to really get rid of those mental blocks. Okay, continue to ask your questions, guys. I'm really loving this. What else did I want to say? Okay, what's at stake if you don't move? Yes, there's a lot at stake, and everything. Another really good mindset thing for you guys to know is everything is a story you tell yourself. Everything. I'm not good enough. That's a story. I don't have what it takes. That's a story. And you're the only one 9 out of 10 telling yourself this story. So what is that story costing you? It might be costing you more abundance, more connections, more exposure because of the story that you're holding on to. But you must change that story and work from a new story. So tell yourself a story that enables you to believe in yourself. I have what it takes. I know I'm good enough. I know I have like enough knowledge, enough to share with someone. Someone can learn from me. You know, you don't have to be an expert in life. You just have to contribute. Okay. We all must contribute to the conversation of being a human being. I'm doing it through mindset. Someone might be doing it through music. Just contribute to life. When did you fail something but can look back and see it was for the better? Good question. I think of my corporate career right off the bat. I worked as an executive assistant for 4 years, and like, you know, when COVID hit, I actually lost my job, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me. At first I was like, man, this is my career. I just kind of like, you know, but I was like, in hindsight, now I'm a full-time mindset coach doing what I absolutely love and adore, right? So sometimes that setback is launching you into the greatest version of yourself. Thank you for that beautiful question. And keep asking me questions, guys. Okay, another mindset thing I want to share with you is being at cause, okay? This is the hard, cold truth. Everything in your life is because of you. You are at cause for your life. There is no secondary person orchestrating your life. You must be at cause. For all of the good and all of the bad, you are at cause. So when you're looking at a goal, right? Let's say the goal is to start a business. How can you be at cause for that expansion of that business? How can you, oh, absolutely, they're all going to be saved. I'm not going to post them right away. I'm going to edit them a little bit and then post them because, you know, I want to like put a little graphic on it. But yes, absolutely. And someone asked the question, how do you silence inner insecure? We'll get there. Oh, you know what, Jamie? The second live for self-talk is going to be all about insecure thoughts, negative thoughts. So definitely tune in for that. It's going to be an hour from now. Okay. So you must be at cause for your life. Okay. For all of the beauty, magnificence, love, great things in your life, that's because of you. But because of, you know, some of the negative things in your life, that's also because of you. Yeah. And I didn't become a coach to sing Kumbaya with people. I want to give you guys the real. Okay. So how can you be at cause for your happiness? How can you be at cause for your financial abundance? How can you be at cause for the better relationships in your life? How can you be at cause for a better self-talk? 9 out of 10, people know what to do. You know what to do. Yeah. So my passion is to really mentor people to gain clarity on what it really takes. What does it look like to be the better version of you, to live your best life? Okay. So let's talk about habits. Habits. Okay. So habits can really make you great or really make you not so great. Okay. You don't get what you want in life. You get your habits. You don't get what you want in life. You get your habits. So one really great journal prompt for you guys is to, you know, ask yourself, what are 3 habits in my life right now that if continued for 2 to 3 years is not going to help me out? What are 2 to 3 habits? You probably know them right now. What are 2 to 3 habits that you have in your life that are not effective? Okay. Don't judge yourself. Just be honest. Just be real with yourself. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. Just be real. Okay. Next, you're going to write out, what are 3 habits I would like to cultivate that is going to advance me in my life? We all have areas of weakness and strength. It's okay. That's what makes us beautiful, multifaceted people. But your habits, you're going to end up with your habits in life. Okay? Plain and simple. So what 3 habits are not elevating you, and what 3 habits will elevate you if you stuck to them? And then there's certain apps that you can use, like, what's it called? I'm blanking. Sorry. There's some apps you can use, some habit apps. Just Google habit apps that you can use to set reminders. Yes, hon, this is all recorded. It's going to be posted. Absolutely. Absolutely. So please ask your questions. I'm here to coach you guys. So what we're talking about right now is personal success. What does a good life look like to you? Being at cause for your happiness, taking 110% radical responsibility for where you are right now, looking in the mirror and saying, you can do better, or you're doing great, whatever it is. We could all do better, but really sitting down with yourself and going there. And then remembering to create consequences around motivation. What's at stake when you don't move? What's at stake when you stay still? When you battle that self down, let it win, right? What are you missing out on? Or what have you never had in your life because you're not being motivated? Okay. What else did I want to say? Oh yeah, finding expanders. Find role models that you can look at, not from a place of comparison, but from a place of inspiration and say, I like the way she does life. I like the way she is authentic with herself. How can I embody that more, right? Success leaves clues. Any questions, guys? I'm going to wrap this up shortly. I'm just looking at my notes. Okay, life purpose. Let me drink some tea. Give me some second. Thank you for the love, guys. Let's talk about life purpose since we're all about mindset, goals, habits, right? Your life purpose is going to evolve as you evolve in life. Your life purpose is constantly shifting. But one thing, how do you stand in the blackness of your brand? Perfect. Give me 1 second to answer that. Where was I going? Life purpose. Okay. So if you don't know your life purpose right now, that's fine. It's constantly evolving. It's going to evolve as if you become a mother, your life purpose is going to change. If you want to be an entrepreneur, your life purpose is going to change. It's always shifting. But one key thing that has really helped me is to have values, have life values. Okay. So what life values means is essentially what's important to you about life. Is it growth? Is it love? Is it achievement? Is it recognition? What are 5 life values that you can have that you really, want to embody in your life? And then create your life around these values, okay? I'll tell you my life values: growth, contribution, love, abundance, and freedom, okay? So everything that I do or think of doing, I'm like, do they encompass my values? Because if it doesn't encompass my values, I'm not going to be fully as motivated. My coaching business encompasses all of my values, especially of freedom, because I'm able to do it from wherever, right? And I'm able to freely express myself. Yeah. So you want to think of 5 values in life that you want to think of them as like life pillars, and then design your life around these values. There are over 100 values. So you can Google life values and then circle the ones that you really, want to build as your foundation of your life, and then create your life around those values. And that kind of helps you shift out of, I got to find my life purpose. Okay. How do you stand in the blackness of your brand? Is this for me, Koi, or is this just like for you? I think your blackness is unique to you. For me personally, I do my best. I put my best foot forward, and I know that I have, I'm in my late 20s, and I know that I have younger Black girls looking at me on Instagram. So I stand up for them, and I put my best foot forward, my best face forward, and I shine my light as authentically as I can. And that for me is enough to stand in my blackness. That for me, I'm black. So like, I don't have to prove anything to anyone. You know what I'm saying? I show up as my authentic self. I show up strong in who I am, and I don't let anyone, for me, like to stay proud, but still be open. You don't have to let anyone tell you, there's no measuring stick, is my answer. There's no measuring stick. There's no, she's not black enough. That's when you get into the weeds. Don't even go there. Be who you are. Show up as you. I'm wearing a weave right now. Does that not make me, am I less black? If you feel like I'm less black because of that, then okay, cool. I don't have to be everyone's cup of tea. But if I feel good and secure within myself first, then my outer world will reflect that. And it does, right? Don't get caught up in what it needs to be or what it needs to look like to other people. Then you're already slipping, right? Do you proudly, make yourself proud, impress yourself, look good for yourself, love on yourself and your passion and your chosen career, and the rest will follow. Great question. I hope that helped. I'm just speaking from my heart with that. Before I sign off, does anyone have any other questions on personal success, habits, goals, or mindset? This has been really fun. I'm going to be on, you don't have to be everyone's cup of tea, right? You could be the juiciest peach in the basket, but someone's still going to be like, I don't like peaches. It's 2021. Eradicate the idea of living for someone else. Nuh-uh. That's 2009, boo. We live for us. We do us for us. We show up. Our skin does the talking. I'm black, period. I don't need to like show you a resume of like all the times that I've been woke. Like, it doesn't have to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course. It's all in the Instagram of Hey Black Girl. I'm doing the takeover. So, ooh. That's me. Hey, Narley K. I am Narley K. I'm a mindset coach. It's my mission to liberate women from the negativity and the personal barriers within their own minds, help them create lasting change, and to really destroy self-doubt, self-sabotage, and procrastination, and to find peace and purpose through business. I think entrepreneurship is the way for a lot of Black women. I find it hard to find my own limiting beliefs. I don't hear the things I say to myself, for example. Okay. Paula, great question. And I love that you have self-love in your name, okay? Everyone, get out a piece of paper right now. I'm going to trigger you guys. I'm just telling you right now, this might trigger you, but it's for your best interest, okay? On how to find your limiting beliefs. I was going to do this in, oh, you're so sweet, my love. Thank you, Angie. So this is how you find your limiting beliefs, okay? And I don't want to trigger anyone, but awareness. We need awareness. If you don't confront it, you can't conquer it, right? If you don't confront it, you can't conquer it. So the truth is, your limiting beliefs are being reflected to you in your life, okay? So if you are constantly struggling with money, let's say money, okay? If someone is constantly struggling with money, you have to ask the question, what must that person believe about themselves or about money or about the world? It's a three-way trifecta. Themselves, money, and the world at large to be experiencing these issues with money, okay? If I am struggling in this area of my life, what must I believe about myself, about this area, and about the world at large in relation to this area? Okay? So the money example. That person struggling with money may be feeling like, I'm not good with money. That's a limiting belief. Money's hard to come by. That's a limiting belief. Money is the root of all evil. That's a global limiting belief, right? So you want to write area of struggle, right? What I believe about myself, what I believe about that area, and then what must I believe about the world at large. And I want you to remember that your life is a printout of your mind. Your life is a printout of your mind. So it's just right in front of you what your limiting beliefs are. You have to just look at it. If I'm struggling with my self-talk, what must I believe about myself? If I'm struggling with relationships, what must I believe about relationships, about myself in relation to relationships, and about the world at large with relationships? It's a three-way trifecta, okay? And this is where I come in as a mindset coach. Absolutely, Angie. This is where I come in as a mindset coach. If you want to work with me individually, we can break down exactly what those limiting beliefs are and then change them through different techniques that I have, okay? So I am a resource to you guys. I am here to serve. This is my life purpose, and I'm happy to do it. But this is how you can really just look at it as it is, yeah? And take yourself out of the driver's seat, okay? Take yourself out of the equation, because when you put yourself in the equation, you get all emotional and stuff, right? If this person, Lisa, is struggling with money, what must she believe about money? What must she believe about herself, right? Your self-talk, again, is reflecting, your self-talk is flowing out of your beliefs. If you believe that you are amazing, powerful, radiant, capable woman, your self-talk would reflect that. And that's the truth. But I want to remind you that nothing is set in stone. Thank you, Jesus. Nothing is set in stone. Okay? So if you're experiencing struggles in one area, it's not set in stone. The present reality is reflecting to you what you have been thinking. That's why today is a gift, so you can shift your thinking. Yeah? This has been so fun, guys. So I am here all day till 6 o'clock. Please continue to ask me questions. The next live is going to be about 45 minutes. We're talking about self-love, self-talk, and confidence. So bring your questions for that. These are all going to be saved. Thank you so much. Again, it's Narley K on Instagram. I'm here all day. So I'm so excited. Happy Black History Month. And thank you for rocking with me. I'll see you really soon. And please interact with me in the Instagram stories. I love when you guys interact with me there. See ya.